Says you waited an awful long time to get a digital record of some of my friends. This is Wayne Sanders. He's my neighbor. He plays this instrument here. It's called a Dulcimer. He makes them. He builds them, and and him and I have a history together over them, and sometime maybe we'll talk about that. But I asked him to come over and share some music for me so that I would have record of it, because so many times our memories, even in our minds, get lost, and I don't want to lose that of my friend. And so I've asked him to come and help me make this video, and so I'm going to turn it over to Wayne here for your listening pleasure. You can go ahead and play now, Mr. Sanders. Cool. So Wayne, tell me a little bit about your making of these.
Well, actually, I start by going out and cutting the tree. Take the log to the sawmill, let the sawmill cut it into lumber for me, then I dry it, and then I proceed to, after it's dried, to cut it in the size pieces I want, and it's all done freehand. There's no jigs or anything like that to foam it up in. I do it just to strike whatever fancy I have at the time.
So whatever form the grain or what have you gives you, that's what the instrument turns to be.
And when I pick the grain, I pick something that I think is going to be pretty for the top, and something that I think is going to give me a good sound. And that's the way I go about it. I mean, you know, it's kind of a hit and miss sometimes. I have made them that I took to the bandsaw and cut up in little pieces and thrown them away because I didn't like the way the sound came out of it. So the sound is the most important part to me. It's kind of a mellow sound compared to most stringed instruments, and that's what I like. And when if you built one of these according to the style that most people build them, they build them in an hourglass shape, and they give you a high-pitched, twangy sound that I tried to get away from, and so that's how I go about it.
Now, the actual building of these instruments, then, from time to time, you use that as a means of ministry. To outreach to different ones. Can you give a little about some of those adventures?
Well, over a period of time, I've worked with various different people that have determined that they would like to learn to play the instrument, and in the process, I help them build their own instrument, and they basically are a wide variety of people, because I've had them from a 7-year-old child to a 95-year-old lady. And so when you start getting into that kind of a range, you wind up with a little bit of everything. It's a variety. I think variety is the spice of life, and certainly we've had that. It's been quite enjoyable to work with various different people because of the different ideas that they have, and I try to let them be as free with their ideas on how they put their own instrument together with whatever materials they put into it, and try to accommodate everybody so that they feel like that instrument is really theirs.
Yeah. Because those kind of things speak to people differently, colors and different grains, and patterns in the wood, and what have you.
Now this instrument here has a sassafras top on it. The soundboard is sassafras. The fretboard is walnut. The sides are walnut. The head, the tailstock's walnut. The back's walnut. And so when I put these together, I might mix up any kind of wood just to get a different pattern or sound.
And the woods give you different sounds too. That's been our experience, because I've worked with you on a few of them myself. And that is something that we both would agree, that the different woods give a different sound. Some are deeper and some are more soft or mellow.
Definitely. The soundboard that's on this one, being that it's sassafras, I think it gives you a nice baritone mellow sound. And that's what I was looking for when I started experimenting with them. And the size of this instrument is larger than about any mountain dulcimer that is on the market. There are a few people now after some years of looking around, I found people that have built them in a little bit larger scale. And they've come up with the same kind of a sound as I was looking for when I started playing with the size. But you see them everywhere, from just a little bitty skinny instrument to a large fat instrument like I am. And when you start playing with those dimensions, then you always wind up with a little bit different sound. And that's what I was after, and lo and behold, I got it.
Well, I would ask if you would close this particular session up with a song that I enjoy hearing on the Dulcimer. It's Thank You, Lord, for your blessings on me. Cool. Thank you. I'm going to make some more recordings of Wayne and that, of him and I singing some songs, but I wanted to get this part of Wayne's story down, and thanks a lot. Until another time then.